Hey everybody, this is Ep.3 Gaming with episode 3, match number 3 with Sultai Teachings in Modern. This is basically a control deck built around Wilderness Reclamation and Mystical Teachings. You try to cast Wilderness Reclamation and untap your lands during your end step and have either Mystical Teachings or Cryptic Command in hand, take advantage of the 4 mana. Beyond that, you're trying to set up loops with Mystical Teachings because your entire deck is instants or has flash, other than your 3 copies of Wilderness Teachings and your lands. To get to the mid-game, you have Remands and Fatal Pushes, Abrupt Keys, Assassin's Trophies, Devour Fleshes to disrupt what your opponent's doing, along with Logic Knot. You have Growth Spiral to help you get there quicker, Remand, Growth Spiral, and Opt to kind of dig through your deck. Spell Snare is a 1-of to kind of mess with your opponent's 2 mana drops. Also allows you to go up on mana when you're trying to focus. And so basically you're a blue-black control deck splashing green for the utility cards. And you win by either casting huge Blues Sun Zenith or beating your opponent down with Snapcaster Mages and Creeping Tar Pits over several turns while looping. Well, I mean, I guess we keep. Alright, Flooded Strand. So Control Mirror, possibly? Looks like blue-white or possibly just got control. Don't think there's anything here for 2 mana we really care about. Want to stay up on time as consistently as possible. It looks like just straight blue-white. Sure. So, Miracles, perhaps? Alright. Unfortunately, if they jam Jace here, we're in a lot of trouble. Gotta be very cognizant of the LD plan these decks try to employ. Let's get a Teachings here at the end step. If you want to counter that, that's fine. Let's get a Cryptic Command. Have our own copy of Field of Ruin here. Drawing a few too many of our islands for my tastes. Avison? Devour Flush. So it looks like our opponent is blue-white flash, perhaps? pull here. Mystical Teachings. Grab. Teachings for Teachings. Stay up on clock is kind of the biggest thing in these matchups. To grab here Zenith. Really wish we'd stop drawing our basics here. Sure. Well, it's definitely blue-white of some kind. I'm not sure if they're mid-range or if they're control. Alright, snare's not a bad one. Opponent doing some debating over there. Sure. Probably get a basic whatever out of their deck here. Let's jam this, because I really don't care if it gets countered or not. Sure. This is why I don't always enjoy playing control decks. Bring back Misty Rainforest, just 'cause. If they decide to counter this, that's on them. I don't really care about it. I'm just trying to continue to be up on lands. 5, 6, 7. Alright, so play that and pass. Opponent's burning way too much time. Spell Snare. sure. Kind of whatever. They'll get to flashback what an opt here. Snapcaster beatdowns, kind of annoying, but in the end don't really amount to anything right now. Can't imagine them fighting over that. See what they have here. Their logic not? Sure. So that just happened. So what am I pitching here? Blue to Delta. Dragon Lord Ojetty. Remand that. Go grab a Zenith. And their opponent concedes. Alright, so they're down 2 minutes. Playing against some type of blue-white creature mid-range deck. Looks like they have Ojutai and Avacyn. Didn't see any planeswalkers out of them, but that doesn't mean anything. So, bring in the Dispels. Surgical Extraction. Obstructionist. Hero's Downfall. Possibly Shadow of Doubt if we're desperate enough for cards. Fatal Push. Abrupt Decay is debatable. We're not sure that they have anything that would kill that we care about. Leaving Trophy to nab. Excuse me. Leaving one. We gotta leave in the pushes, unfortunately. Just to deal with Colonnade. Cards are not great here. Stall Snare is fine. Zenith is fine. Pulse might be one of the suspect cards, just because if they're killing our threats, it's usually going to be exiled anyway. And we'll leave Pulse in the deck for now. Cut a push. Cut a... Is it crazy to cut a cryptic in this matchup? Cut a cryptic... No, cut a remand. And... one copy of Opt. It always feels like there's more cards to bring in than there is to take out of our deck. This is obviously a pretty easy mulligan. This hand isn't great, but at least it does stuff. Minamo. Alright. So this just looks like it's blue-white legends. Not sure what there would be afraid I'd be jamming here. Maybe some style of search for his cancer or something that's not even in my deck. Sure. Obviously, if they land like a Vendilion click into something here, we could be in some trouble. Don't think I boarded out any remands, did I? Yeah, I boarded out one remand. We're about to get clicked, aren't we? Nope. Snapcaster Mage into Opt, sure, whatever. We did cut some of our answers to creatures, so we could easily take a lot of damage from Snappy Beats. There's a Reclamation. Now, if only we had something to snap back with our Snapcaster Mage here. Vendilion click. Don't really like the feeling of this, but I feel like we're gonna get Dispelled or Spell Sneer here. Yep. We might get run out of this game. Sure. Opt away. Try to time walk you. See if we can get them to fight over this. Let's do the time warp again. Nope. Awkward. Three Wilderness Reclamations, a Dispel, and a Partridge, and a Pear Tree. Let's see if they want to get another Dispel. Alright, unfortunately we have nothing going on, so we're going to be dead anyway, and we showed them a Dispel for no apparent reason. Though I'm sure that's a card they could have suspected was in our deck anyway. Alright, so we lost to kind of fast beatdowns there, that's kind of annoying. So, bring Abrupt Decay back in. Fatal Push back in. Go down. Snare is fine. Mage's Surgical is just too cute. Try it like that. Looks like they're on the aggressive control plan. Let's do the time warp again. Alright, so it's one spot where obviously Vendilion is favorable over some of the other stuff. Yeah, this hand's fine. This hand has Opt, it has counter spells, it has early pressure. It has an island. No need to take unnecessary damage. Here comes an Opt. And it goes to the top. Sure. Hopefully we draw land here. Sweet. Our opponent will go for the wonderful Field of Ruin play here. Ooh. Spell Snare. Let's do the time warp again. Okay. That one's annoying, but not the end of the world here. So our opponent is playing a Snapcaster Mage in their deck. And yet, goodbye, rest in peace. So rest in peace is exile, which is entertaining. But yet, whatchamacallit is not. Interesting. We might lose this simply because of another rest in peace. Sure. Opponent is going hard on the rest in peace plan. Okay. Nope. So get to resolve my main engine card. Now it's 2 cards versus 2 cards. They're really going to try to land a Teferi here. Counter target spell. Turn target permanent to its owner's hand. Boop boop. Let's do the time warp again. Serum Visions resolves. Remand. Sure. So does this make a difference in terms of math mana? Or mana math. Let's do the time warp again. Pass to our opponent, not path to our opponent. Alright, man's a solid draw. Especially if they go for any type of uh-oh, spaghettiers. Alright, Assassin's Trophy, nice one. Gives us access back to the graveyard again. Let's do the time warp again. Let's do the time up again. If you want to fight over this with a dispel or something, that's cool. This resolves, we just get another teachings. It's like, do I fight over this? Looks like, okay, actually what we do is we remand our own spell. Well, that could have gone better. Yep. It's what, their third copy of Rest in Peace? Sure. Grab what? Guess we'll grab a... Opponent is very interesting with their heavy emphasis on Rest in Pieces. Alright, it's pretty decent insurance policy here. We have that checked with the Fatal Push. It's not a terrible draw here. Yeah, seems like a card we're very interested in using here. Dispel. Alright, well, I mean, counter target spell. Turn target permanent to its owner's hand. Hopefully your last card's not yet another counter spell. Teachings. For another teachings. Cast this teachings to go grab a... What else do I even have in my deck at this point? Blue Sun Zenith, I guess? Yep, definitely misplayed there. Alright, Field of Ruin, sure. Just go ahead and fire up your Colonnade, friend. Come on, you know you wanna. Fatal push. Interesting usage. Alright, so we go to the end of our turn. Untap, do this thing, do this thing, Zenith myself for a bunch of mana. If your last card's Dispel, we get what we deserve, I guess. Discard Pulse, discard that one and that one, I guess. I mean, sure. Probably take Hero's Downfall here. It's definitely been one grindy game. Hopefully we still have something to get out. I was gonna say, hopefully we still have something to get out of the deck. Well, with two cards in hand, one of them could easily be a path, I guess. Problem is we have Remand and Dispel in our hand, so... I should have done is Growth Spiral in a land and then Hero's Downfall. The Vendilion is what I should have done last turn in response to the Vendilion click. Not sure what our opponent is debating over there. Let's fire up and start the beatdown, gang. Obviously, if they have Avacyn, we kind of get blown out here. Condemn. Actually, let's go ahead and dispel that. this a logic knot? Feels like a logic knot. Do the whole recycle my thing. Let's do the time warp again. It's pretty much game. Okay, I mean, sure. Do that, block the snappy. Let's do the time warp again. Let's do the time warp again. Let's do the time warp again. Say another Snapcaster Mage, not terrible. Just play the Snapcaster Mage while they don't have any spells that can counter it. And, okay, Field of Ruin, sure. That's annoying. Buys them a turn. I should say buys them at least a turn. Yep, we got nothing left. I don't believe we actually have anything left to fetch with our Delta and Misty Rainforest here. Alright, not terrible, not terrible. Growth Spiral. Put a land into play. Have an Avacyn or something here. Alright. One more draw step, friend. What you got? Alright. Ah, Heri Karai. So we beat blue-white flash, blue-white mid-range, blue-white control. Not entirely sure. We saw Teferi, we saw a click and we saw Ochitai and Avacyn in the main deck. We saw a click and some snappies in game 2, and then we saw a click and some snappies in game 3 with multiple rest in pieces, so Anyways, this has been Dust for Listed on Gaming with episode 3, match number 3, with Sultai Teachings Reclamation in Modern.